van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and yeah. You think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say that basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores. Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching this January 31st. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. It is 4:01 at West Coast time, January 31st, 2022. A lot of things we are going to talk about today. First and foremost, a lot of people tell me, what can I do? What can I do, Oscar? What can we do? And the first thing that you can do as you are watching us, you can like this video, please. Share this video. Like the video on Facebook. Like the video on YouTube. Like the video on Twitter. And like the video on Getter. I don't know if I'm Getter, I'm live or not. But like the video and share the video, so we can break those algorithms and we can get more people in our live feed. I want to thank every single follower that is coming in from the Will Johnson program. We have been with our friend Will Johnson for several broadcasts talking about the immigration issue and a lot of topics also. But if you like this video, share this video. It will help me out. People, you know, it's about that time that we do something about it in social media. So the thing is that we need to ultimately provide you guys with more information. So God bless everybody. Let's get right into it, man. Thank you so much for joining in. Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link. We are going to be traveling soon to Central America, and it is going to be a huge trip for you guys to have more information. So your contributions to our travel fund are so important. So help us out by buying a coffee and getting us to the next stage. Let's get right into the first topic. We got several topics. First one is what is happening in the south border, and that pro-migrant leader activist Irineo Mujica has arrived again to the south border. That's one. Second of all are the flights. The flights that they're particularly supposedly Joe Biden is not deporting nobody, and Joe Biden is saying, you know what, everything is good, everything is all right, we are accepting, but we're not releasing nobody. That is a lie. We're all just for help. That is a complete blatant lie, as we have the screenshot of the Institute National of Immigration and the image of the Institute National of Immigration on the flights on this week that they are going to come out from the United States of America directed all the way to Guatemala. Extremely important for you guys to see that. Number three, what is going on with the war in the cartels in Mexico? The wars of cartels in Mexico are extremely at a high level right now. We are going to show you video of the cartels kicking out the National Guard in Michoacan. And ultimately, lastly, a sad day again as another journalist has been cowardly assassinated in our country of Mexico. Another journalist has been cowardly assassinated in our country of Mexico, where on this month only, 4 journalists have been assassinated in our country. The most insecure country, insecure country, the most insecure country in our country of Mexico for journalists and reporters and broadcasters are is in Mexico. Somebody saying Ali Bradley showed a live video that the immigrants are not being sent back. I'm sorry, that is, and I respect Ali. There's a lot of videos of deportees arriving into Guatemala, and we have shown that information on a live video. Also, there is also ultimately live video and live information from the airport of Guatemala, ultimately with migrants in being returned back. And also, we have shown you graphics of the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala of how many people have been returned back and deported from the United States of America. And we are going to show you right now, ultimately, evidence of how people. And I say, and I send a quick, a quick shout out to Miss Ali Bradley as she traveled with me in the South Border caravans, and we did a coverage of almost 13 days. So I send a big hug to our colleague and friend Ali Bradley. I don't know where she is at, but whatever you are, whatever place you are, Ali, I send you a big hug and continue to fight and continue to do great work. So send you big hugs to you and to your family over there and to your mom. So let's get right into this. This is what is happening in the South Border. Now, I will tell you what now is going on, because a lot of people are going to say, oh no, there's another caravan coming. Oh no, Oscar Blue, another caravan is coming. Another caravan is going to continue. No, it's not about caravans now. It is about the QR codes. QR codes, it is a way now for migrants to move freely into our country of Mexico, but there's a lot of corruption with these QR codes. There's a lot of corruption with these QR codes. I will do that observation, producer, right now when I get into the topic. There's a lot of of a corruption in terms to what is happening with the QR codes. The QR codes, it is a ticket. It's basically for migrants to obtain the ticket, particularly to move out of the state of Chiapas. But what has been happening, and let me pause this video right here as I am going to explain. What has been happening is that the National Guard, sadly, has been torturing migrants outside of shelters and outside of the addresses. Not pandering to the situation. This is an actual fact of what the National Guard has done, not only to migrants, but ultimately they have done this to the Mexican population. If you don't obey, and if you don't, this is actually abuse of authority for all the American leftists that they are, pandering ultimately all the time that this is a violation of a humanitarian right. Oh my God, he pushed me. Oh my God, he said this bad word to me. Oh my God, he said this, really bad thing to me. Oh my God, he insulted me. Oh my God, he looked at me bad. That in Mexico, it is considered just something that is not even important. National Guard of Mexico has been completely aggressive and not only violating humanitarian rights, let's say it like it is. I'm impartial, I'm objective, I'm not going to go right or left. This is just information. National Guard in Mexico has been abusive and has been hitting the migrants and hitting the population, stopping them with a long piece of wood, getting their pants down and hitting them on their backs for them to understand that they need to go back, or what are they doing after hours. This is a horrible situation. A lot of people are saying, I don't understand why Joe Biden is dropping off migrants in the United States and if they're returning them back. Ultimately, that is a humongous business. I will get into that topic. Yes, thousands, hundreds of thousands of them are being dropped off in the United States of America, but also there are deportations happening into Guatemala and ultimately to Central America. It is a humongous business in terms to transportations of people. It is the new modern day slavery. It is well known now. So what is happening right now with the National Guard as they are hitting the migrants, torturing the migrants? The leader activist, pro-migrant activist, and a person that is well known in the world of caravans as the name of Irineo Mujica just arrived to the south border. And when he arrives to the south border, everybody starts saying word caravan immediately. Oh my God, he just arrived. Caravan is going to be formed. The last time that we saw Irineo Mujica on the south border, it was on the 23rd of October, and it was a large group that wanted to leave the south border of Tapachula that is known now as the prison of migrants. They wanted to leave the south border, and they conform and they form a caravan of almost 6,000 people. That caravan, little by little, we traveled with that one for almost 13 days. Miss Allie Bradley and myself traveled with that caravan for almost 13 days, and we left them on the part of Pijijiapan. That is one of the last municipal cities in the part of the state of Chiapas. This is part of the interview that it was done to Irineo Mujica. But ultimately, not only that, we contacted Irineo Mujica and we called them on our own. And we asked him, what is your purpose to be in Tapachula, Chiapas? As we had a conversation with him in an interview. First, I will show you what is his purpose and what is his intentions to be over there and what is he doing. And I will translate what he is going to say right here. After that, I will show you the actual audio of him and us having a conversation in an interview that I asked if I could have an interview with him. And he said, yes, absolutely, Oscar, you can have an interview. What do you want to ask? I want to ask, what is your intentions and what are you doing over here? And he said, you know what? This is the number one thing. They're violating rights over here right now. They're hurting the migrants. They're hitting the migrants late at night when there's nobody in. They're going in inside shelters, and their national is violating laws of going into private properties. This is what is supposedly is happening in the south border. So this is Irineo Mujica right here, as I will explain what is the QR code. And for people to asking QR codes, okay. Before, when it used to be, before the process, it was this. And I will make it real simple for people to understand real quick. You used to arrive to our border in Mexico. You used to go to the Commission of Refugees, that is the Comar. Then after that, you will go to another office to wait for your visa transit or your travel visa or your legal status. That legal status supposedly will give you the ability to travel freely into our country of Mexico. But now that those documents are out in the south border in Tapachula, they manage a way to provide a sheet that you can get due to the government system and the Institute of National Immigration that is a QR code. That QR code, they make you fill up a petition. After you fill out a petition, you print it out, and that QR code will give you absolutely the access to go and buy your bus ticket so you can transport to another state. And in that other state that you are going to be directed, they're going to give you the visa of transit or the whatever document that you need. So somebody's saying I'm trying to buy 10 coffees, which I've done before and I won't. Just go buy me a coffee. It's on top of the link, and people want to contribute to our travel fund. We're going to be traveling soon to Central America. So thank you so much, Lori Wheeler. Thank you so much for for giving us that a huge contribution. Thank you so much. So this is what is happening right now. Somebody's asking a question. What about the rights of the American people, Oscar? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the migrant situation at the south border. I don't know what you're talking about. The rights of the American people are being given. You got your First Amendment, you got your Second Amendment, and you got your country that you need to defend on. I'm talking about the south border right now and the situation, what is happening in the south border. So this is Irineo Mojica, and this is what he says about the abuse of authority that has been occurring with the National Guard and the migrants.
Esto es una violación de, o sea, a la ley de a derechos humanos, pero también esto es completamente ilegal.
This is a violation of humanitarian rights, and this is completely illegal.
Este lugar es un albergue.
This is a shelter.
Esta zona de aquí, de acuerdo a la ley, deben de mantenerse ciertos perímetros fuera de del albergue.
This is according to the law. You cannot enter the shelter. You have to be a certain meters away from the shelter.
Pero no solo están haciendo una redada adentro del albergue donde está la.
Not only the National Guard is doing raids inside of the shelter, but also outside.
La cuestión, esto es propiedad privada y sigue.
This is private property. You cannot enter like that.
Sigue siendo propiedad del albergue.
This is still property of the shelter.
Entonces, no solo es una violación también, o sea, es una falta a la comunidad migrante que busca un refugio.
There's not only it is just against the law, but you are coming in here and threatening the community, the migrant community, that they're looking for a refugee in Mexico.
Que de acuerdo a esto debería tener protecciones internacionales.
And according to this, Mexico should give the migrants international protection.
Tapachula ha sido una cárcel y todos lo sabemos.
Tapachula has been a prison, and everybody, we know that.
Pero que ahora, por ejemplo, se les persiga como si fueran animales. Estamos hablando que piden una.
But now that they are, being persecuted as they are animals, this is what the leader of Pueblos Sin Fronteras, Irineo Mojica, is saying.
Una migración ordenada. Esto no puede ser una migración ordenada.
They're trying to keep an orderly fashion migration. This cannot be an orderly migration.
Nada cuando haces una cárcel y después los aterrorizan. Es lamentable lo que se encuentra haciendo el Instituto Nacional de Migración porque se está comportando como criminales.
It's sadly what is occurring right now with the Institute National Immigration, because they are treating them like criminals. This has been, a situation that has been happening in the south border. This has been a consistent situation of which it has been happening in the south border. Now, I will show you right now in a few moments what is a QR code for people to understand what is a QR code. Thank you to my producer right now that she said just sent a QR code. So this is actually what he said. Now, I will bring back this topic. Let me just remove this so I can particularly tell you guys what is a QR code. And right now you are going to see what is specifically a QR code, at which it tells you where can you go and the destination that you need to be at. So I will show you right here. We got it on screen. Let me just put it right here give me just a few seconds, bearings to get my things together right here. This is the QR code right here, people. So on the top, it has the seal of the Institute National of Immigration of Mexico. And then on the bottom, it says QR code. And it says it is a paper that they carry with them. And it has an expiration date. For this one example, it is on the 29th of December, nationality Cuban. And this QR code is from the Center of Immigration Studies. You can find this information also with Todd Bensman, that is an expert on immigration in the United States and also in our country and also around the world. Todd Bensman. But ultimately, it tells you where you can go and the office that they're going to be directed, and it says Guadalajara, Jalisco. So this QR code, it is good for you to receive your proper documents in Guadalajara, Jalisco. This is another way, people, to make it a business. The Mexican government has found another way to make it a business. It is so easy to you to have an orderly legal, documented, peaceful migration, if you're going to have it. In Mexico, sadly, our country, it is in this global compact of migration that is an open border. But now this is another loophole to create it a more legitimate and more lucrative business. Sadly, it is. Let me return back to the video, as I am going to continue to play the video for you guys, and I will show you guys the audio that we just have in a really exclusive interview with Irineo Mujica. We just had this interview with Irineo Mujica, which he explains to us, because I asked him this. I asked him this immediately. I said, Irineo, what are you doing over here? What is your intention to be over here? And then I said, oh, so you are here because you want the protection of migrants and you want all of this, la, 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 he. And he said, yes, that's the number one reason why I am over here. This is an interview that we had on the phone, as you guys are going to hear right now, this particular interview that we had on the phone with him, as you know, we approached him and he agreed to have this interview. This is his words right now of what he thinks of the current situation. I will put myself real close right here so you guys can hear it. Ultimately, this was her statements. It says clearly right here, this is not about caravans. This is about the abuse towards migrants, and that's all. Look what he says right here also.
We are talking to the federal government. We have another agency, and we are in talks with the federal government and different organizations like Migración, the EMM, the World Nations, and a lot of organizations for immigrant or human rights. They are discussing ways to find a more humane way to keep the migrants in the South. That's it. That's not. I guess we know that they did a lot of work last year, and we try not to that. We just try to follow the stuff about it.
Okay. This was a statements about him, and he's saying to me, basically, he said, I'm here to what has been happening right here. Accordingly, in the south border, that National Guard officials have been hitting the migrants, have been, abuse of authority. That's what it's called. Abuse of force. This is a recording of a migrant who called one of the journalists, and ultimately he let him know what was the current situation or what it was happening towards him. As he was detained, he was going to a store to grab something to eat with another migrant, and he got detained by the National Guard, and they got, in a way, tortured by the National Guard of Mexico. They put them in a corner. They pulled down their pants, and with a piece of wood, they hit them in the back. This is the irregular. This is what open borders will do. Oh, absolutely, the conduct of our National Guard officials, it is incorrect, because I'm giving this observation, people, because this has happened to Mexican citizens, and I'm doing this because this is a conduct of you adjust to what we say, what we do, or I will take this and I will hit you and I will torture you. This is an audio of the migrant explaining to our colleague journalist Juan Blanco in the south border.
Soriana, sí. a comprar una galleta, algo. Sí. Galleta, algo. Sí. Lo detuvieron, que iban a comprar algo para comer y lo detuvieron.
They detained him. He was going to buy a cookie and he got detained.
Oye, ya él vino corriendo hacia acá y no, lo detuvieron. Lo sacaron. Oye, ya él es el golpeado del video.
They detain him and they stop him. And then Juan Blanco, journalist, asked if he's the guy from the photos that you sent me that he is hurt and that he is all beat up. And this is what he says.
Sí, él es yo también, él y yo.
Y oye, ¿con qué los golpearon a ustedes?
Yes, and him and me. Those photos are him and me. I cannot show you the photos, people, because they're really graphic, and the live feed will get damaged, and ultimately this will be, you know, the live feed will get damaged, so they will drop the video. But this is the next question that they ask him is, with what they hit you, with what the National Guard hit you, with what? And this is what he says. They hit us with a piece of wood. They hit us with, they kicked us. They hit us with the hands. They punched us. And to my partner, they broke his nose. And ultimately, he cannot breathe anymore.
Nos dieron de golpe. Bueno, las imágenes salen cómo nos dejaron, nos insultaron, nos decían que éramos basura y todo eso. A mí me ponían la bota en la cabeza.
They put the boot, they were putting the boot in my head, and they could not let me get up. And, you know, my friend, they broke his nose, and ultimately he cannot breathe. You know, they broke his nose, and he has difficulty of breathing right now. These kind of situations, not to pander to the migrant situation, not to pander to the left, not to pander to the right. It is what open borders will do. Ultimately, it is incorrect to migrate illegally into every country, because every country has a law and every country has a process. But ultimately, because you have so much of an influx, so much of a problem, that the stress level on the National Guard officials and also the stress level on the border agents, it is completely uncontrollable. So this is a problem, a psychological problem also, that affects the National Guard official, that, you know, they take this abuse, and not this does not only happen to migrants, people. I'm speaking that this happens to Mexican citizens. The abuse of authority in Mexico, it is beyond our limits and our rights. So if they're being detained, and ultimately they're being detained to do a process, and they're being returned back, go ahead. You know, that's under the law. But this, taking it to the next level, torturing people, this is, forget the word migrant, just torturing people, it is incorrect, and it is just unlawfully, horribly done. We cannot continue with this. This will bring a lot of heat into our country. International authorities, NGOs, why you want to bring a problem on top of a problem and a problem and a problem, when we already have, again, a huge problem with immigration, because the Mexican government has been so incompetent on how to fix this huge influx. Let's say it like it is. Mexico got in this global compact on migration, thinking that they were going to be the humanitarian, you know, savior of the world, and ultimately they have failed. A total failure. A total failure. You cannot be torturing people as the National Guard. You cannot be torturing people. It is against the law. It is against the law. And ultimately, if you're abusing, look the complications that you're doing. Imagine you're torturing a migrant. That gives them the liability more, that he also is running away from fear, from persecution from his country, and now he's running away from persecution of the country of Mexico because of the enormous torture that is happening with the authorities. So you cannot be doing that. It complicates the whole process, on top of complications and complications. This is actually what the leader, a pro-migrant activist, Irineo Mujica, told us. I'm not here for a caravan. I'm here to the law to be done. Just for the law to be done. Stop torturing not only migrants, citizens. Stop doing it. This is something that nobody talks right now. I was in a, what was it? On Saturday, I think I was. On Saturday, I was in a show with the platform of Will Johnson. Oh my God, it's so good to show proof and show receipts. It is so good to do that. And I was at a platform of Will Johnson to explain the plane situation and plane delivery. I ultimately give absolute credit. The number one person who started broadcasting about the planes and the buses was my partner, Anthony Agüero. Because El Paso, it is the mecca of distribution right now in terms to the plane distribution of migrants around the whole country of the United States of America. And after that, we put the pieces of the puzzle together as the United States government, it is actually deporting to the south border and ultimately to Tapachula, that is the border with Guatemala. From Guatemala, they're transporting them all the way to Guatemala. Now they're actually deporting directly. They're actually deporting them directly into Guatemala and Honduras. Somebody's commentating right here. Luis Ramírez, apoyo total al Instituto Nacional de Migración y la Guardia Nacional. Déjenlo hacer su trabajo. México acaba de entrar en una recesión económica. Eso no tiene nada que ver, Luis. Yo entiendo, y yo no estoy del lado de pro migrante, en contra de migrante. No estoy en contra de nada, absolutamente de eso. Estoy en medio y te estoy dando la información. No se debe de torturar a una persona, ni a un mexicano, ni a ningún ser humano. No tiene que haber abuso de autoridad. Y nosotros lo sufrimos como mexicanos completamente en nuestro país diario. No tiene que haber abuso de autoridad para nada. Ya el estatus legal, la manera en que se está llevando a cabo la migración es otro tema. Ese es otro tema. El abuso de autoridad no tiene que haber en ningún aspecto. It is evidence, people, on how the schedules of the flights of deportations, flights coming in ultimately from the United States of America, deporting directly into Guatemala. This is the only evidence right now. And I have shown evidence before on how many they have been deported by air, and also ultimately not only by air, but also ultimately also by land. The United States government has been also deporting by land and by air consistently. It is, and a lot of people have told me this. And they are just informing me that QR code photo, they got it by Sheena Rodriguez. So credit to Sheena also. But going back to the topic, a lot of people are saying why they're returning and why they're accepting. It's a huge business. We have said this before. It is a huge business. Huge business. This is a copy paste of what Barack Obama was doing in his administration. Barack Obama, the huge deporter in chief. He deported more than 5 million Latinos and Mexicans in history. You're talking about separation of families, and they were complaining about Donald Trump. Get the hell out of here. How many families Obama separated if you deported more than 5 million Latinos and Mexicans? Why nobody's talking about that? It's completely cynical for all those people that say, oh, no, that was, no. But the number one thing of observation right here for everybody is that Barack Obama had a really interesting relationship with private prisons, as he knew. As you deport, they will come back. Private prisons, private companies. You go to this image and look what it says right here. It says that the flights from January 31st, today, Monday, there is going to be a deportation coming in from Harlingen, Texas, all the way to Guatemala. 130 are going to be the ones that they're going to be returned back. That is the quantity only. And that is going to be 130 adults. No kids. Family units coming in deported from Mexico, 8. Look at all the flights on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is for people that they're saying, oh, yeah, we're accepting by the thousands, but we're not returning back. No, yes, you are. Harlingen, Texas, on Tuesday, 10 a.m. McAllen, Texas, at Tuesday, also at 11 a.m. You got one from Mexico at 9 a.m. Another one from Harlingen, Texas at 9 a.m. And also another one from Mesa, Arizona at 12 p.m. Another one on Thursday from Mexico at 8 a.m. Another one from Harlingen, Texas at 10 a.m. And another one from McAllen, Texas at 11 a.m. You got another one on Friday from McAllen, Texas at 11 a.m. Total return back 266, 234 adults, 24 unaccompanied minors, and you are going to have 8 family units, a total of 11 flights. This is 7 flights on the bottom says that they're coming in under the Title 42 Stay in Mexico policy. The Stay in Mexico policy, Joe Biden is applying the Stay in Mexico policy with a lot of vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities as he's accepting a lot of people that they have disabilities, that they already have been waiting for longest of time. This is why a lot of the justification from the Biden administration right now is they're saying we're not doing anything illegal. We're just bringing back all the people that they were on the Stay in Mexico policy under the Trump administration. So this is a disaster that it was created by Trump. That is what the Biden administration is saying, quote unquote. Listen to me. This is why they're flying all these hundreds of thousands of people all over the place. But now Biden, it is also returning back under the Title 42. So he's not returning them directly to Mexico to await a process. He's returning them all the way to their country. It is absolutely, I'm not defending, but you're violating. Isn't that hold on a second. It is so contradictory because if a migrant is fleeing Guatemala to go, let's say hypothetical example, fleeing Guatemala because of fear, because of persecution, because of this, he arrives to the border, he lifts his hand and say, you know what, I'm afraid I'm right here for a case of refugee and asylum. And then the Biden administration says, no, you're not. Go back to your country. He sends back to this country. Aren't you supposed to be the pandering of the world? Where are all these NGOs? Where are all these non-governmental organizations defending the humanitarian rights? Aren't you not supposed to? This is not supposed to be happening under this administration because they used to pander. Aren't you the pandering channel? Are you not supposed to be the eyes going to rescue the world? Isn't that right? So you're sending kids back to where? Brings back what the Obama administration was doing, deporting. It is the record-breaking deporting year. 2015, Barack Obama deported more children in history, more than 90,000 in 1 year. And that particular year, they built the cages. They did all these irregular things in terms of migration. It is a copy-paste of what they were doing. Copy-paste. Again, they're doing it. Huge business for them. Asylum and refugee, it is the most lucrative business for them. It has an ultimate purpose that lands in speculations and lands on theories. But also there's the reality factor of it. And the reality factor of it is it a huge business, a humongous business. You have a lot of people that they're now broadcasting on the other side of the United States border, and a lot of these people are creating lies. Oh my God, there's a this coming and this coming and this, just to create a fanatic. Say the facts, man. Say truth. What is happening on the other side? And this is what is happening correctly in the other side of where everything is coming. So for everybody that did not know, this is the itinerary for this week for returnees. So out of the 2.5 million that already been accepted, 266 are being returned. Hay que tapar el sol con un dedo. We got to cover the sun with one finger. We got to cover the sun with one finger, right? This is what is actually happening in terms to that. Now, I will turn the topic into, I will show this right now, that in Guatemala, they found a delinquent organized crime of people that it was dismantled during the week. This is a group that had in their possession a lot of money, and they were handling millions and millions. This is a cell group that it was operating all the way from Guatemala, and they assigned this group to the assassination and migrants that they were calcined, 19 migrants that they were horribly assassinated. They captured these people as they were operating in from Guatemala all the way to the borders of the United States of America. This just happened on the 28th of January. This operation was almost 19 people that they were captured. Women were involved. All these irregularities are occurring. This is what the Biden administration and nobody on the leftist media wants to tell you, because these achievements, they are going to pander and they're going to tell you, no, everything is okay in the south border. There's no trafficking. There's no organized crime that is abusing the migrants. There's no organized crime. This is the organized group that is called Los Coronados y Los Miranda. This is a group that it has been operating in the south border of Guatemala, trafficking people, trafficking children, trafficking everything. And they were dismantled. In their possession, they had more than 1.2 million quetzales. That is an equivalent to almost, that's double in pesos, and almost you're talking about $250,000. They had an equivalent of that in their possession as they were stopped. This was a huge operation to start to basically put a little stop to it in terms to human smuggling, in terms to also human trafficking in the part of Guatemala. Huge. But you got the Biden administration, they're saying everything is all right. All right, all right, all right. Well, nothing's going on. What are you talking about? Biden is a liar. You know, Biden is saying the truth. I'm sorry. Biden is saying the truth. This is what is happening right now, and that is what the leftists are saying. You don't see this. This is why sometimes I get upset, because now all of a sudden the flights are breaking news. The hell out of here. That hasn't been breaking news. Why? Why are you saying that it's breaking news? Not only that, it's just, where's mainstream media with this? Mainstream media should be on top of this. Huge group, just dismantled. Where is it that if they were trafficking people? Let me get a piece of that. They got all the support, economical support, financial support, to go directly to the place. This is what is going on right now. Sadly, in the parts of in the parts of Mexico, this is what is going on right now as aggressions were done towards the National Guard. And I will speed it up a little bit and I will read this article. Let me just put it right here. It says right here on the portal of Lopez Doriga. It says right here, and the topic is aggressions towards military in the part of Tepalcatepec, Michoacan. It leaves 15 detainees. 15 people were detained on this this confrontation between citizens or the cartel and the organized crime. The article says like this. It says that military officials suffer aggressions towards members also of the organized crime with people of the municipal city of Tepalcatepec. These are some videos that I will put right now on the screen, so you guys can see how the confrontations were done and how they were trying to kick them out. Look at this video.
¡Ánimo, ánimo! Están tirando aquí corto. Agachados, agachados. ¡Aguas aquí!
This is one of the videos, and these are citizens. They're
¡Ánimo,
fighting,
ánimo!
they're fighting the National Guard. They're fighting the military because they are in cahoots with the organized crime.
Agachados,
You can
agachados.
see the gunshots right here. You can hear them out. Let me just put another video where you are going to, this is shocking. This video is shocking. As you're going to see how they are firing in front of the National Guard, in front of the military, and they're kicking them out. Hear this video out. This is shocking right here.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué?
What's going on? What's going on? We're gonna kick your. Grab him. Shots fired. You're not gonna take this land. Kill me, son of a gun. Kill me. Try it.
Ahí los tienen.
This is how things are in our country of Mexico right now. A country that is run by the organized crime right now. Ultimately, we know that. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, it is a total catastrophe right now. More than 105,000 homicides due to cartel activity in his administration. 105,000 people. Not 2, not 3, not 4. 105,000. The most insecure place for journalists right now in the whole world. Has 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents and homicides. You got the cartel and the organized crime and also citizens right now not being afraid of the National Guard and the Army. They're not afraid of them. Even you got a guy right here that says, kill me, try to kill me, shoot at me. Let's try it. Not afraid of anything. There were 15 detainees of this. 15 detained. This is so bad what is happening in our country. There's a really, and I don't want to call it like that, but this is a comment that, basically when you read these kind of comments, you try to understand where is this comment going to. The Mexican military are the cartel. We know that the government is the one that is wrong. So what is your solution? To let the organized crime keep operating? So there's not going to be no law and order anymore. So the government, we all know that is corrupt. So when are we going to resolve this? There's never going to be a solution. There's always going to be the accusation that the military is the cartel. Let them, let them shoot them. Shoot them, man. That is, what a comment. What a comment, man. This is what actually just happened right now in the south border. Now, this, according to this happened in Michoacan. Now, in regards to this, sadly happened in Michoacan. You have this situation right now, which it just happened a few hours ago. A journalist, again, another journalist, again, the fourth journalist in this month that has been assassinated in our country by the name of Roberto Toledo, and he was assassinated in Zitácuaro, Michoacán. Apparently, the statements, they say that this is the leader of the portal of where Roberto Toledo used to work. And he says right here, we know who it was. Roberto and the network, we were reporting against the corruption in the government that exists in our country. And because of that, we know that ultimately, he lost his life. We know because of that. So this is sad, what has occurred right now. Again, for the I don't know how millionth time in our country, it is occurring right now. And sadly, this is continuous. The fourth journalist assassinated in the month of January. The fourth journalist assassinated in the month of January. There were a couple of comments in my live feed the other day that I want to bring the live audio for everybody that is joining from Facebook. You can now go to the live audio, and I will bring a couple of you guys into the live feed. I'm live in the live audio group. If you guys want to join in, and if you guys want to talk about, I will get like 3 or 4 phone calls. Not extend those phone calls because it's going to be extending the live feed, and I got to do one in Spanish in like 30 minutes more. But there's a lot. I'm live in the live audio group in Facebook. If you guys want to join in the live audio group, and if you guys want to be a part of the live feed and want to talk to me a little bit about whatever topic, but specifically about this, because I want to bring out this topic. I'm live in the live audio. You guys want to join in, there's a hand on the bottom. You push that hand and I send an invite. But I'm bringing up this. There's 4 journalists that sadly they have taken their lives. 4 journalists, 2 of them in Tijuana, another one right now that it was sadly in Michoacan. 4 journalists. They have been assassinated cowardly in the month of January. Now, and you got these incompetent comments sometimes in my life. They say, why don't you do more? Why don't you infiltrate with the migrants? Some comments that you have sometimes in the live feed, which they say, why don't you infiltrate yourself, Oscar, in the migrants? And you're just thinking, I'm just realizing this, and I'm watching the comment, I'm reading the comment. I'm like, is this person okay? Doesn't this person understand the risk of our reporting and our broadcasting in Mexico? This is not the United States. This is Mexico. I'm a bilingual broadcaster and reporter in Mexico. I'm not in the United States. I'm in Mexico, buddy. So for you to tell me Hey, you know what? Infiltrate yourself, man. Why don't you get in those buses and on those planes and try to infiltrate us? Try to infiltrate yourself. Try to do a little bit more, a lot of talking. I traveled, and there was another comment. It's like, oh, Oscar, he's not boots on the ground. Last year, I traveled 7 times to the south border. What with more than 6 caravans. More than 6 caravans I walked last year. In one of those trips, I traveled and I walked with more than 13 municipal cities through the south border. It's a lot of infections, a lot of people that were sick. There was a lot of suffering in front of confrontations with the National Guard in the middle of the jungle. In a lot of things. And you got these comments. And I'm like, wow. When? Where do these people? I invite you. I completely invite you. I'm live at live audio. Thank you for everybody that is in live audio. Thank you for joining in. If you guys want to be a part of this, this broadcast, there's a hand on the bottom, which I can accept your invitation, and I can bring you on the broadcast, and we can talk for a minute or so. If you guys want to have your opinion of what is currently happening in terms of insecurity, not only in the city of Tijuana, but in our country of Mexico towards journalism, and ultimately to give your opinion on this. If you guys want to do that, there's a hand on the bottom. And ultimately, there's a hand at the bottom if you can come in. There's somebody that wants to be part of this. Susie Burke, Connie, I will bring you into the live feed. Also, if I just send you the invitation, it depends on you if you want to accept it or not, Susie. So this is what the problem is. The problem is that even if a reporter in the U.S. has to have resources to do this, these people, they just pick up your stuff and infiltrate yourself, Oscar Blue. I just don't really understand. I really just don't really understand. I have it's the live chat right here for people that want to join in. I got Jim Bambi. Hi. Oh my God, Jim. How you doing? Hopefully you can receive the invite. We can just talk for a little bit, Jim, because I got the Spanish live feed coming out. So if you confirm the live chat, I can bring you in. I'd send you an invitation. So it depends on you. It's open for everybody. Whoever wants to join in the chat, just press on the bottom and I will bring you in. But this is what I'm talking about, people. The lack of appreciation for the risk that we're taking. It is so sad. Really, it's sad and it is upsetting. And it is so ignorant of some individuals that they're like, infiltrate yourself. Walk more, Oscar Blue. Stop more, Oscar Blue. We got Jim Bambi on the phone line. Jim, how you doing, Jim?
Hey, boss man, I just saw you on here. I wanted to say hi.
Hey, welcome back, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Hit me up when you're done.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to ask you a question, Jim.
Yeah.
Talking about it, and I don't want to get really into sensitive stuff of the border because I know what's going on with you. But in terms to the situation with when you and I'm touching this because 4 journalists have been assassinated in this past month in January in Mexico, 2 of them in Tijuana, and you got people that they are in our audience sometimes that they're saying, why you don't infiltrate? Why don't you stop them? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? What is your perception to these people because they don't know what we actually do and the dangers that we endure when we're in the front lines?
Yeah, it's just putting yourself out there is a big risk. I had a privilege of serving time with some cartel leaders. And I can tell you right now, just what you're doing, Oscar, is very dangerous. People don't realize that. You put your name out there, you go live from somewhere, you're on location. People have time to research or follow you. You don't know who's following you or wants to do something to you. And it's interesting. You said these journalists got murdered. I didn't hear about any of this because I just got out. But it would seem to me that they're definitely wanting something to happen that they don't want people talking about. And it's not as easy as everybody thinks to just go pick up a camera and go start running around the border, or even for that matter, digging into cartel business.
Exactly. I just wanted to thank you for just calling in and just saying hello. I will call you as soon as I finish the live here, Jim, so we can discuss and you know, and ultimately if we can have you, we can talk later, and if I can have you on the live and we can talk about, you know, certain things.
Yeah, absolutely, Oscar. Hey, good talking to you, brother.
Okay, thank you so much, bro.
Yep, bye.
You got you know, Jim Bambi right there, people. A lot of people don't know Jim. Jim did phenomenal, you know, coverage on the other side of the border. You know, in the borders of Arizona and the borders of Texas, and other personal stuff happened that he ended up in a little hiccup, and now he's out. And I hope that I can talk to him later on this afternoon, and we can discuss a lot of things. This is the things that I wanted to bring up for a lot of the audience that throws these kind of comments. You know, and also this is a factor, really important factor for the audience, not to engage in these kind of comments, because you never know what kind of endangerment they're trying to put the broadcaster, and also if they are trying to incentivize for the audience to be radical in a way. You know, be careful with these kind of individuals that they infiltrate and they consistently spam, or they are attacked in a way like, what are you doing? Why you don't do this? Why don't you walk? Why don't you go to a dangerous place and show us? What are you trying to do? What is your whole significance of you betraying and trying to put somebody else's life in danger? That is the number one thing. You're putting a life other in danger, and you're just sitting on your couch and typing away. We are live in the live audio. If you guys, one more call. If you guys in the live audio want to join in, there's a little hand on the bottom. You press that hand. I will get you in the live audio group, and we can talk right now on the live show. And I will send you an invite. You know, and also they are trying to incentivize regular citizens to be radical. That's absolutely right. My producer writing to me right now. That's absolutely right. They're incentivizing regular citizens to be radical. You guys don't know how difficult it is to be on a foreign border. Now that we're going to go into more difficult, you know, borders, and to get into more dangerous areas where you're not trying to be the hero. We are documenting. We are reporters. We are broadcasting for a network. It is just so much that it's so much to do, and so much to be watching your back from, that when you actually see this kind of comments, you're like, holy cow, man. Is this actually, and the problem, I'm addressing this because it's not a concern for me. I know what I got to do. I know what I got to do every time. I know what I have to do. It is a concern for my audience. Then my audience, it is not, you know, don't be, how do you say it? Don't be, se me fue la palabra en inglés. Don't fall into being incentivized by a radical comment. These people go on different broadcasts. I have seen these individuals go on different broadcasts, and you don't even know what kind of people are infiltrating into the live broadcast, and they are doing it just to incentivize you to be violent, to be radical, to make you the average American citizen, to make you look bad, you know, like an infiltrated individual. Watch out. We're live in the live audio. We're live at Facebook. We're live at YouTube. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here live for you guys. God bless every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining in. If you guys want to join the live audio group, I'm live. I'm broadcasting live, but also I want to listen to your opinions. Whatever you guys want to do, whatever you guys want to say, whatever question, legitimate question, and in terms to the live feed, and also give it a like to this video. Like this video on Facebook, YouTube, also Twitter, and also Getter. I think we're live on those platforms. So give it a like to this video, share it. Also, I will be traveling soon to Central America, so Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting travel fund. Travel fund. It is all about the travel fund. So God bless you all. So live audio. I'm ready to have one more. If you guys want to come in, we have almost 50 people on the live audio. So if you guys want to come in and comment and whatever you guys want to ask, I'm right here to, answer regarding to this, situation which we are particularly now talking about. Sadly, another journalist was assassinated today in our country of Mexico, in the part of Michoacan. Sadly, and I'm saying sadly because this has been occurring consistently. And it is 4 in 1 month. 4 in 1 month. You can understand by this that not only our freedom of speech, it's thank you so much, Scarlett, and thank you so much, Lindy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you. God bless your dear heart. You can understand by this that has been happening in our country that our freedom of speech and our liberty is under attack. Not only that, imagine the future of communicators and the ones that want to be journalists in our country. Do you think that these young kids, after seeing what is happening in our country of Mexico, they want to be a journalist, they want to be a reporter, they want to be a broadcaster, they want to be a writer? Thank you so much, Kathleen. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Tammy, for the coffees. Oh my God, God bless your dear hearts, all of you. Do you guys think that our generation and the new generation of children want to be, want to be want to be a journalist? There's a comment right here where I'm live in live audio. Guys, I'm going live in the live audio for you guys to join, and for you guys, if you guys want to talk to me, go ahead, bring it on. Talk to me, join in the live audio. There's for people that are in the live audio in Facebook, there's a little hand on the bottom. Press that little hand and you guys can talk to me right now. There's a comment right here that I would like to address, and it is this comment. It is called Simply Adri. It says, Oscar, just remember Jesus himself was mocked, shamed, etc., just trying to heal people and do miracles. I will tell you something about that. And before I leave, 1 hour and 8 minutes, and I don't want to extend the live feed, but I want to tell you something about that. He is the pinnacle, and he is the most amazing and beautiful example about censorship. I will tell you that. Jesus was it is the most excellent example of censorship. The other day, and before I go and I jump to another, because I'm going to forget. I forget everything. The other day, I don't know which artist, they asked him something. I think it was Daddy Yankee. I remember this. It came to my mind. And they told him Daddy Yankee. And they asked Daddy Yankee, and I don't know why am I mixing Daddy Yankee with this man. But, they asked Daddy Yankee. He was in a night show, and they asked him, hey, Daddy Yankee, if you had an opportunity to sit down with somebody that it was really famous and that it can give you great advice, that is already dead? They said that is already an artist that is already dead, or somebody that is already dead. Who would it be? And he said something I was like, man, that was a perfect response. He said, I will sit down with Jesus because he died, but he's still alive. So that was for me like, wow, man, this guy just like, in a minute, those kind of answers, they give you like a different perception. And with this kind of comments that you're saying, oh, just remember Jesus. I remember every time that I see the Passion of Christ, that is a great way to put an example towards who died for us. you remember how Jesus was censored in a way. They crucify him. They torture him. They torture him in it's the most horrible torture. And they censor him immediately because he was speaking the word of God. It is exactly what is happening to us. That is the most important example of how he died for us, and he gave it all to understand the beautiful message of life. Imagine now that they're trying to take away that from us. That number one belief, that the number one savior and the number one that died for us, they're trying to take away that. The liberals do this. Don't bring your Christianity to me. Don't bring all that to me, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Or I don't hear it. Don't hear it. Don't listen to it. Just shut the door and do whatever. But let me be me. Let me, my sin. Don't censor me. Because that is my right. If I want to speak it, if I want to yell, if I want to sing about it. God bless you all. I will end the live audio. Thank you so much. There was a couple of people they sent me a request and I accepted it, but they're not they didn't come in. So next time, if people want to be in the live audio and talk to me, that's why I opened the live audio. I will open the live audio 10 minutes after 1 hour or before 1 hour. 50 minutes in the live feed. So thank you so much for people that were joining in the live audio. We'll close the live audio right now. I will end the room. And I want to say to every single one of you, thank you so much for this live feed. Buy Me a Coffee is on the link right there. If you guys want to contribute to our travel fund, it is used for our travel fund, nothing else. We are going to be traveling soon, as your support it is much needed. As we don't have all these beautiful things that a lot of these other people that broadcast on the on other places they have, we just travel with the basic, and we are going to try to do our best to bring you guys live coverage of raw and uncut coverage of everything that is happening in 3 countries. We're going to travel 3 countries, 3 borders. So it's going to be so important for you guys to see all of this. Thank you so much for joining in. Follow me at Facebook, Twitter, Getter, and YouTube. Also, Telegram as Oscar Blue, and also Instagram, Oscar Blue Media and Oscar Blue Team. Thank you so much. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, on all platforms. Follow Real America's Voice News. Also, download the app at Wendy Bell Radio Network. We are going to be live broadcasting also over there in a few moments. I don't know when. In a few days. I don't know when. Wendy Bell Radio Network. Download the app also. So, thank you so much for joining in. I will take like a 15-minute break, and then I will come back in Spanish. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always, your country is first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he has. What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So.
Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.